Alrighty, folks. Thanks for joining us on the John J. Athletics YouTube channel. My name is Robert Sape. Sorry we were silent there for a while, but the last time we were live streaming the baseball game, we had some copyright infringements on us because we pick up some of the music that the boys are playing in warm-ups, and YouTube is not happy about that. They think that we are trying to steal music or sell music, which is obviously not the case. But we try to go silent and turn off the volume here at John Jay while music is being played. But the music has stopped. It looks like John Jay sophomore Vinny Fusco is on the mound. And we are moments away from the first pitch. So the battery, it looks like, is Vinny Fusco, a sophomore, and Ryan Rivera, a senior. If I could add my own personal note, a former student of mine and a current student of mine. I had Vinny in class last year, teach math, and I have Ryan in class this year in AP Calculus. So the infield is meeting at the mound. Looks like the players are all set, getting ready to go. Don't have a lineup for either team, but I'm going to do the best I can here for you. And for Beacon, up first is going to be number 42. All right, so number 42 is leading off here for Beacon. Vinny Fusco is on the rubber. Ryan Rivera getting the signs from the dugout. And first pitch. Nice curveball by Vinny Fusco. 0-1 on the Beacon batter number 42. Vinny fires in a fastball. 42 fouls it straight back into the woods. We've got some construction going on here behind us. Some of the players are trying to go after that, but I wouldn't recommend it. Just come back with some poison ivy and not a baseball. 0-2, fouled straight back again by number 42 for Beacon. Count still 0-2. Vinny 3 pitches into it here, throwing all 3 strikes. Curveball on the first pitch, followed by 2 fastballs. We'll see what Ryan Rivera, the catcher, calls here. Nice curveball, just gets a piece of it, number 42. Well, looks like catcher's interference there. I thought that was a strange sound. 42 must have hit Ryan Rivera's glove. So let's see here. We've got a little, I know you can't see this with the screen, the windscreen there, but the umpire going over and telling the John Jay dugout. So we've got a runner on first, and I missed this guy up. So I don't know exactly who this player is from Beacon. I apologize. Nice curveball again by Vinny to start the second batter off with an 0-1 count. Vinny tries a pick off at first, but he's safe. We can't really show you first base because the visitor's dugout is sort of blocking our view. So Vinny comes to the set, fires a fastball. That's a deep ball into the gap. Lenny Van chasing after it. Lenny Van comes down with it. Nice catch out there in center field. Good hit there by, again, I don't know who that player is. I apologize. 24 maybe? I'm not too sure. 24, yes. So that was 24 from Beacon. So we have One out. Still, runner on first base, number 42 on first base. Got there via catcher's interference. Vinny holding him on. Vinny throws fires a fastball. Looks like it's a little high and outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Vinny comes back over to first. Ryan Batke puts the tag on. Runner safe. Vinny paying close attention to number 42, the leadoff batter for Beacon. Tells me he's pretty fast. Oh, he picked him off. He picked him off. Nice quick move there by Vinny Fusco when he gets Beacon's number 42. Don't know if he was leaning or not. Again, we don't have a good view of first base, so we apologize for not having that for you, but runners picked off at first, so we've got 1 ball, no strikes on number 19 from Beacon. 2 out, nobody on. Ball's high and outside. 2 balls and no strikes. High and outside again. 3 balls and no strikes for number 19 for Beacon. And there's another shot deep into left field. And the left fielder is able to come down with it. And that wraps up the top of the first inning. So 2 fly ball outs, a pickoff, and we have no score after the top of the first here. We're going silent so that we don't pick up any of the warm-up music from the John Jay bench. All right, again, sorry for the silence, folks. Just don't want to pick up any of that music or else YouTube flags us. So, bottom of the first here, leading off is center fielder Lenny Van, number 15. And Lenny takes a strike. No balls and one strike. We're in the bottom of the first. Beacon 0, John Jay 0. Lenny hits that ball in the hole. Nice play by the shortstop, but Vinny's speed is too much. He beats it out, and John Jay has their first base runner of the game. So it looks like we've now got Chris Cabrera up, number 24. Pickoff attempt. Again, we can't really show it to you, but I'll keep an eye on you can keep an eye on the umpire as well. He's behind the mound there to see if the pickoff attempt is successful. Another pickoff attempt. Lenny Van is safe. So both pitchers here allowing the first batter on base through really no fault of their own. And both pitchers now very concerned about the runner at first. Vinny Fusco was able to pick off number 42 for Beacon after a couple of pickoff attempts. Chris Cabrera lays down a really nice bunt. It's to the pitcher. He doesn't have a play. He doesn't make a play. Really nice bunt there by Chris Cabrera. And that'll leave us with number 27, Charlie Costello, coming up here. Again, I don't have a lineup, so I'm just trying to do the best I can with not too sure what this meeting is about here. But there is a meeting of the minds out at the mound, the blue minds, the umpires. All right, so that meeting is over. We'll see what he's got to say to the Beacon manager. No clue as to what that's about. Can't quite hear. But back to the action here. So we've got the John Jay shortstop, Charlie Costello, at the plate with 2 runners on, nobody out. Bottom of the first. And we've got a foul ball straight back here towards us. Landed just behind us. It's right here, guys, right here, right against the batting cage. Catcher drops the ball. The runners advance there. That pitch was called a strike on the lower outside corner. Tough call there for Charlie Costello, but he's got now 2 runners in scoring positions. Runners on second and third base. Pass ball there probably going to be charged to the catcher. And a called strike 3 again on that lower outside half. And that's 1 down. And it looks like we've got not too sure who's up here for John Jay. Right-handed batter. Pitch in the dirt there. Let's see, this is number 16. So 16 is Shane Henneman. Shane had a really good catch in the game last week against Suffern High School. Did well at the plate too. So he's in the cleanup hole here. So 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out, runners on second and third. Again, that ball gets away from the catcher, but doesn't go too far, and the runner's not able to advance. We've got Lenny Van on third base, Chris Cabrera on second base. Shane Henneman at the plate. Pickoff play there at second base. The ball's dropped. Runner comes home. Play at the plate, and he's safe. So Lenny Van comes in to score as the catcher tries to throw behind Chris Cabrera there at second base, and Lenny takes advantage with the speed and gives John Jay a 1-0 lead. 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning. Counts 2 balls and no strikes to Shane Henneman. High and inside there to Shane. 3 balls and no strikes. We'll see what Coach Frank gives him in terms of a sign. See if he's got the take sign here. There's first base open. So we'll see what the pitcher decides to dial up. He gives him a fastball right down the middle. Shane takes it for strike 1. So 3 balls and 1 strike. On John Jay, outfielder number 16, Shane Henneman. Nice off-speed pitch there by Beacon pitcher number 26, Mazzacone. I just picked that up from his jersey. Again, I apologize to everybody at home. We don't have the lineups for today, so I'm just trying to pay attention as the players come to the plate and as the players walk out to the field, trying to pick out who's who. But clearly, number 26, Mazzacone, is pitching for Beacon. He steps off the rubber. He's concerned about Chris Cabrera there at second base. Shane Henneman has a full count here. 3 balls and 2 strikes, 1 out. Beacon pitcher already has a strikeout. Nice off-speed pitch, low and away. Shane able to get a bat on it to stay alive. We're still at 3-2. Thanks for joining us, folks, on the John Jay Athletics YouTube channel. My name is Robert Sape. I'm a math teacher, soccer coach, basketball coach here at John Jay, and I'm on the live streaming equipment and the microphone and the camera here, bringing you today's varsity baseball game between the John Jay Patriots and the Beacon Bulldogs. Chris Cabrera very active there at second base. Pitcher certainly concerned about him as he steps off. Ground ball there to third base. Chris does a nice job. The ball gets away. It's down the right field line, and Chris Cabrera is going to come home to score, and Shane Henneman's going to third. The throw comes in a little wide, and Shane Henneman on a slow ground ball to third base winds up at third base, and John Jay takes a 2-0 lead. Tough play there for the Beacon third baseman. Not sure if the throw was accurate, if he would have had him or not. But regardless, John Jay takes a 2-0 lead, and Nico Batke, the John Jay first baseman, is up. Ball's high and outside to Nico. 1 ball, no strikes. John Jay leads at 2-0. Bottom of the first, 1 out. Shane Henneman is on third base, and Nico drives him in with a ground ball to second base. So Nico will collect an RBI there for that ground ball out, and John Jay takes a 3-0 lead. Nice RBI there by Nico Batke. And John Jay pitcher Vinny Fusco steps to the plate. And Vinny gets hit. So that'll bring up John Jay third baseman number 2, Dave Capozzello. So 2 outs, Vinny Fusco on first base. And Capozzulo takes a ball high. One ball, no strikes to John Jay third baseman Dave Capozzulo. Low and outside, 2 balls and no strikes. 3-0 John Jay, bottom of the first inning here. If you're just joining us, 2 outs. Vinny Fusco's on first base, and they throw it away. A pickoff attempt is thrown away. Vinny gets down to second base. That throw is high and wide from the Beacon first baseman. Didn't look like Vinny had much of a lead at all. So now David Capozzello has a runner in scoring position. He takes low for ball 3, 3 balls and no strikes. Again, we'll zoom in on Coach Frink here to see what the sign is, but he either didn't give it or missed it. So we'll see if Dave is swinging here, 3-0 with first base open. We'll see how careful the Beacon pitcher is to him. Called strike, looked like a little outside, so not a great pitch for Dave to swing at. 3 balls and 1 strike. They say the same pitch that you get 3-0, you're going to get on 3-1. So we'll see if he throws him another fastball here. He doesn't. Off speed. David pulls it. Foul. Coach Frank makes a great play on it, and he is applauded by the John Jay dugout. So 3 balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs. Vinny Fusco on second base. David Capozzello calls timeout. Thanks again, folks, for joining us on the John Jay Athletics YouTube channel. We hope you subscribe. The more subscribers we get, the easier it is for us to bring you these games live stream here at John Jay. I'll be next on the equipment on Wednesday evening, bringing you the senior night for the girls lacrosse team. And David takes that low for ball 4. So we've got runners on first and second here. And John Jay catcher Ryan Rivera. Steps to the plate. Ryan takes a ball high. We've got close to 1,000 subscribers. So once we reach the 1,000 subscriber mark, we can then use a iPad to live stream these games to you. So that'll make it easier on me. Right now, I'm using a camera as well as a laptop. So the camera feeds into the laptop, and then that laptop sends the video out to YouTube. We could combine a laptop and a camera with an iPad, but you need 1,000 subscribers on your YouTube channel. Pitch gets away from the catcher, but he's quickly able to recover it in time so that the runners don't advance. We're at the bottom of the first. John Jay catcher Ryan Rivera at the plate. Counts 2 balls and 1 strike. Vinny Fusco on second base. He was hit by a pitch. David Capizzello on first via a walk. And Ryan takes a ball high. 3 balls and 1 strike. Ryan takes a called strike. So 3 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. The runners will be in motion here. David Capizzello on first and Vinny Fusco on second. They'll be in motion. Once they're confident the pitcher's going to home, the pitcher fakes a pickoff, and the umpire calls a balk. So that'll draw a visit to the mound from the Beacon manager. I guess you can't fake a throw to first. I guess if you step off and throw towards first, you got to make that throw. But the runner wasn't being held on by the Beacon first baseman. Again, tough for us to show you first base because of that visitor's dugout. We'll show you the scoreboard as we take a little break in the action here. Just so you know, in between innings, we'll go silent because we don't want to draw the attention of YouTube. When we pick up some warm-up music, then they think that we might be violating copyright laws. So then they flag the video, and then it's difficult for me. I've got to go into the YouTube page, and I've got to try to mute out the songs. So instead of just muting out the songs, I'll just mute it out myself here, and I'll take a little break in between innings. But we'll keep the video on for you. So if it's in between innings, if you ever come back to the game and it's in between innings and there's a team warming up, or there's a pitching change and a team is warming up, the moment I hear music, I hit the mute button. So the Beacon manager here is still discussing the action with the umpires. So we've got runners on second and third here. 2 outs, a full count on John Jay catcher Ryan Rivera. Ryan hits a line drive foul into the John Jay bullpen. Three nothing John Jay here, bottom of the first, runners on second and third, 2 outs. Catcher Ryan Rivera, AP Calculus student in Mr. Stipes' class this year. Great kid, Ryan. Very smart, really good kid as well. Ryan rips it, barely foul. Hopefully you got a good look at that. It was barely foul. Good call by the umpire. As you can see, we've got a good view of that left field line. So Ryan out in, but making solid contact with both. And an off-speed pitch is up high, and Ryan Rivera, after an excellent at-bat, walks. All right, looks like Joe Machetta. Joe Machetta up? Yeah. All right, so John Jay's second baseman, Joe Machetta, is up here. He takes a ball outside. We've got bases loaded here, 2 outs, 3-0 John Jay already in the bottom of the first inning. 1 ball and 1 strike on John Jay's second baseman, Joe Machetta. Takes high and inside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Joe takes high again for ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike. No place to put him here. We've got the bases loaded. Vinny Fusco on second. David Capozzello on, Vinny Fusco on third. David Capozzello on second. And Ryan Rivera on first. And that is ball 4, folks. And that gives John Jay a 4-0 lead as Vinny Fusco comes across the plate. And we are back to the top of the lineup here. John Jay center fielder Lenny Van set to hit with the bases loaded, and John Jay up 4-0. Ball's high and outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Two balls and no strikes. Beacon coach urging his players to get into the bullpen and get warmed up. Nice pitch by Beacon pitcher number 26, Mazzacone. 2 balls and 1 strike to John Jay center fielder Lenny Van. Ball gets away from the Beacon catcher. 3 balls and 1 strike. Good hitting count here for Lenny Van. Lenny pops it up down the right field line. We'll see if the first, it's out of play. Just out of play. Three balls and 2 strikes. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases loaded. Runners will be in motion here on the pitch. Lenny Van, takes inside for ball 4, and that gives John Jay a 5-0 lead. We'll have a visit to the mound here by the Beacon manager. He takes the ball, and looks like we're going to have a pitching change here. Again, we're going to go mute if John Jay starts to play some music, and we'll be back on the mic. All right, so it looks like we're back in action here after the pitching change. John Jay's left fielder Chris Cabrera is set in the box, and the pitch high and inside, 1 ball, no strikes. If you're just joining us, John Jay's got a 5-0 lead. We're still in the bottom of the first. This is the 11th batter coming to the plate here for John Jay. High and outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Nowhere to put Chris Cabrera. We've got bases loaded and 2 outs. John Jay putting on an offensive clinic here. Outside, 3 balls and no strikes. And that's low for ball 4. So Ryan Rivera comes home, touches home plate, and that gives John Jay a 6-0 lead. And Charlie Costello steps to the plate. Charlie, the John Jay shortstop today. Set to face the Beacon left-hander. Takes a ball a little high. Strike 1 called on the outside part of the plate there. Charlie struck out looking in his first at-bat on a similar pitch. That ball's low and inside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Bottom of the first, 6-0 John Jay. Ball a little high, 3 balls and 1 strike. Strike 2 called. So 3 balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases loaded. Runners will be in motion here on the pitch. And Charlie Costello takes it high for ball 4. Joe Machetta comes home, and that gives John Jay a 7-0 lead. Shane Henneman steps to the plate for John Jay. Shane fouls it straight back. Ball's a little low. 1 ball, 1 strike. And Shane hits it into right center field, and it drops, and it gets by the right fielder. Shane takes off for second. He reaches second base safely. 2 runs come around to score, and an RBI single by Shane Henneman. And that gives John Jay a 9-0 lead. And Nico Batke steps to the plate. 9-0 John Jay. Runners on second and third. Nico takes that up high for ball 1. And Nico drives it into right field. That's going to be a base hit. 1 runner comes around to score. Shane Henneman stops at third, and that's an RBI single line drive by Nico Batke into right field. And John Jay's got a 10-0 lead. John Jay pitcher Vinny Fusco up at the plate here, takes a called strike. No balls and 1 strike on Vinny. Ball's in the dirt, gets away, and the base runners move up. 16, Shane Henneman comes home to score, and Nico Batke moves down to second base. 11-0 John Jay. Vinny takes high and inside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Vinny line drives into center field. And it looks like Nico Backcase coming around to score. He'll make it. And an RBI single for John Jay sophomore pitcher, Vinny Fusco. $12-0 John Jay. Bottom of the first, still 2 outs here. John Jay's got the bats working today, no doubt about it. And David Capizzello steps to the plate. High fly ball to left field. The left fielder calls off the shortstop, makes the catch. And that does it for the bottom of the first inning. But John Jay scores 12 runs in the bottom of the first and takes a 12-0 lead. We're going silent so we don't pick up any music. All right, so we're back here on the audio. Again, we go mute so that we don't pick up any of the music, so we don't get flagged by YouTube. And Beacon number 25 steps to the plate. Apologize to the Beacon people watching. We do not have the rosters. We don't have the lineup, so we're just kind of paying attention as the players come up. We'll give you their numbers, and 25 fouls it straight back just over my left shoulder. 1 ball, 1 strike. High and outside, 2 balls and a strike. To number 25 from Beacon. If you're just joining us, it's 11-0 John Jay. They had 12 up on the board earlier, but I guess a little bit of a correction. 11-0. John Jay scored a lot of runs in the. That's another foul ball straight back behind us. John Jay scored a number of runs in the bottom of the first inning. 11, I guess, to be exact. And they've got an 11-0 lead here with a 3-2 count on number 25 from Beacon. He fouls it straight back. He's hanging in there. And number 25 takes low for ball 4. So he walks, and number 6 steps to the plate. Vinny was able to pick off the runner that was on first in the first inning. Balls bounce to second base there. Tag is made, throws to first is safe. Nice play there by Joe Machetta, John Jay's second baseman, to get the lead runner on a tag. So that brings number 9 up to the plate. Swinging strike. No balls and 1 strike, 1 out. John Jay's got an 11-0 lead here in the top of the second. Fly ball there out to right field. And the right fielder, Shane Henneman, makes the catch. And we've got 2 outs. Number 9 stepping to the plate here. Nope, sorry, number 8 stepping to the plate. Number 9 just flew out to right field. And a nice line drive hit to the second baseman. Joe Machetta scoops that up, or catches it, I guess I should say, and that does it for the top of the second inning. After an inning and a half, John Jay's got an 11-0 lead. All right, so we're back on the mic here. Again, apologize for going mute there. but we have to avoid the copyright infringements. And Ryan Rivera leads off with a rope to left field, goes back to the fence. Ryan's going to pull into second base with a leadoff double. What a shot by John Jay catcher Ryan Rivera. And second baseman Joe Machetta steps up to the plate. Ball's high and outside. Strike called by the umpire. 1 ball, 1 strike to John Jay second baseman Joe Machetta. Joe caught a line drive to end the top of the second, and Joe hits a fly ball out to left field. The left fielder's under it. He makes the catch. Ryan Rivera tags and fakes like he's going to draw the throw, but it comes in clean, and that's 1 out. And we're back to the top of the lineup with John Jay center fielder Lenny Van up at the plate. Lenny swings and misses. No balls and 1 strike. Lenny pops it up. Looks like it's to the first or second baseman. First baseman takes control, makes the catch, and we've got 2 outs. Ryan Rivera still on second base after doubling. And left fielder Chris Cabrera up to bat. Takes a ball low. Excuse me. And that ball hits the dirt in front of home plate and gets away. Ryan Rivera moves up to third base. Shoot, I lost my roster. A little bit of wind there. Sorry about that. Able to retrieve the roster. Sorry about moving the camera. The microphone is attached to the camera, so when I move, sometimes I pull the camera out of view. My apologies. So we're at 2-1 here on left fielder Chris Cabrera. Chris takes that pitch in the dirt. It must have been 3-1 because Chris now heads down to first base for a walk. Chris's second walk of the day. And that brings up John Jay shortstop Charlie Costello. If you're just joining us, John Jay's got an 11-0 lead. Charlie Costello pops the ball out to right field. The right fielder's under it. He makes the catch, and that ends the bottom of the second. No runs, a hit, 2 guys left, and at the end of 2, John Jay 11, Beacon nothing. All right, so we're back to start the top of the third here. Number 2 leading off for Beacon. Scoreboard now reads 12-0 John Jay. A little bit of a discrepancy as to whether or not Jay scored 11 or 12 runs in the first inning. I originally had 12. Scoreboard went to 11. Now the scoreboard's back to 12. Either way, John Jay's got a big lead off of a big bottom of the first inning.
I'm gonna go get that one.
Batter takes the ball low and inside. 2 balls and 1 strike to number 2 from Beacon. Apologize to the Beacon people out there. We do not have a roster. We don't have lineups for either team. So we're just trying to wing it as we go here. 3 balls and 1 strike to number 2 from Beacon. He's in the 8 slot. Vinny Fusco paints the outside part of the plate. Gets the count to 3-2. Last thing you want to do is walk somebody with a 12-0 lead. And Vinny gets number 2 swinging. And that's 1 out. Number 39 up to the plate here for Beacon. Fouls off the first pitch. No balls and 1 strike. We've got 1 out in the top of the third. John Jay leading 12-0. Swinging strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes. Vinny bounces it in the dirt. Ryan Rivera does a nice job to keep it in front of him. Not that it matters. I guess it matters to the umpire. Nobody on base here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And number 39 fouls it off just over our right shoulder. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. We're in the top of the third with John Jay up 12-0. Strike 3 called. 2 outs and nobody on. And we go back to the top of the lineup. Number 42 for Beacon steps to the plate. 2 outs, nobody on. Nice curveball by Vinny Fusco. No balls and 1 strike on the leadoff hitter, number 42. 42 reached base in the first inning on a catcher's interference. 1 ball, 1 strike. Vinny started him off with a couple of curveballs. I'm guessing the heat's coming, and there it is. 42's a little late on it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. High and inside a little bit. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs, nobody on. Top of the third, John Jay with a 12-0 lead on a beautiful, sunny, hot day here at John Jay High School. High and inside. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Boy, look at that, man.
Ball 4, a little high. So number 42 reaches base for a second time today. And up to the plate is number 24 for Beacon. So with a runner on first and 2 outs, Vinny Fusco comes set. Little high and outside, ball 1. And there's a shot to left field. But the left fielder, Chris Cabrera, comes up with it, and that does it for the top of the third. No hits, a walk, 1 player left, and at the end of 2.5, John Jay leads it 12-0. All right, so the music is stopped. We've got the audio back on as John Jay's Shane Henneman steps to the plate. Trying to deal with the wind here and keep my roster set. Shane's the right fielder for John Jay. Takes a ball high and outside. Shane takes a strike, 2 balls and 1 strike the count. Nobody out. We're in the bottom of the third. John Jay's got a 12-0 lead. Shane takes a strike, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Looks like a good off-speed pitch there by the Beacon pitcher. And he bounces that one. And Shane gets on with a walk to lead off the bottom of the third. That'll bring up John Jay first baseman Nico Batke. And Nico rips it to right field. It's going to drop in front of the right fielder. The runners will advance. I should say the runner advances to second. So Shane Henneman makes his way to second base. Nico gets on with a base hit. And that brings up to the plate the pitcher, number 39, sophomore Vinny Fusco. Vinny was hit by the first pitch in his first at-bat and takes a ball high and inside there. And he takes the ball low. 2 balls and no strikes. Shane Henneman on second via a walk. Nico Batke on first after a base hit to right field. Nobody out. 2-0 to Vinny Fusco. Vinny Fusco a little out in front of that off-speed pitch. 2 balls and 1 strike. And Vinny hits it pretty hard to center field. Center fielder's got to go back a few steps, and he throws it in to the shortstop. So that's 1 out. And John Jay, third baseman David Capizzello, comes to the plate. Dave, a former student of mine a couple years ago in math class, really good kid. As you can see, really good baseball player. The wind is blowing around my rosters here. So we've printed out, or I printed out the John Jay roster from the internet. Didn't find the Beacon roster. And Dave fouls the ball off right behind us. Goes up against the fence. Two balls and 2 strikes on John Jay, third baseman David Capizzello. Dave takes high for ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes, 1 out. Shane Henneman on second base and Nico Batke on first. And that's in the dirt, and Dave draws a walk. Dave's second walk of the afternoon in 3 at-bats. And that brings to the plate John Jay catcher Ryan Rivera. And Ryan drives it out into the right center field gap, hits the wall. Another double for Ryan Rivera as he comes in standing at second base. And that scores 2 runs. And John Jay takes a 14-0 lead. Ryan Rivera 2 for 2 today with a walk. Ryan doubled down the left field line to lead off the second inning. and he doubles in the right center gap here in the third inning. 14-0 John Jay, bottom of the third. There goes my water bottle. Kind of nice for us to have some wind up here because it is hot, but blowing things all over the place here. So we've got John Jay, second baseman Joe Machetta at the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runners on second and third for Joe. Takes a ball up high. 2 balls and 1 strike. Three balls and 1 strike to the John Jay, second baseman. Joe is a junior here at John Jay. Off-speed pitch, and Joe hits it hard into left field. Left fielder's under it. Ryan, nope, I'm sorry about that. That is who tagged up there? That is David Capizzello. Tags up and scores. And John Jay takes a 15-0 lead. So now looks like we've got number 22 up here for John Jay. Don't know who this is. You guys know who this is? Who? Dylan Joseph. All right, Dylan Joseph is up here. So Dylan Joseph in for Lenny Van. Sorry about that. With the camera work, trying to do the camera work and paying attention to the game and making sure the live streaming equipment works. And Dylan Joseph rips it down the left field line, but it's foul. So 1 ball, 1 strike on Dylan Joseph. Dylan's a senior here at John Jay. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Ryan Rivera on second base. Dylan Joseph at the plate. Looked a little inside, but the umpire calls him out for strike 3. So that'll do it, folks. And at the end of 3 innings of play, John Jay leads it 15-0. All right, so we've got the audio back up. The music is off here at John Jay, and looks like number 19 steps in for Beacon. Vinny Fusco still on the mound for the Patriots. Fires a strike in. No balls and one strike. We're in the top of the fourth. John Jay leads at 15-0. Patriots got the bats working today. Ryan Rivera with a couple of doubles, one to left field, one to right center field. Bunch of other John Jay players getting hits, getting hit by pitches, walking. A lot of offense here today for the Patriots. 0-2 here. Number 19 fouls it straight back. Ball a little low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. To number 19 from Beacon. He's leading off the top of the fourth for the Bulldogs. And strike 3. Vinny Fusco records his 3rd strikeout of the day. 1 out, nobody on. Number 25 up to bat for Beacon. 25, I believe, is the catcher, and I believe he walked in his first at bat. Don't quote me on that. Not an official score. .25 takes high for ball 1. Ball gets away from Vinny there, and 2 balls and no strikes on the Beacon catcher, number 25. Vinny pumps a strike in there. 2 balls and 1 strike. Fouled straight back. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out, nobody on. Top of the fourth. John Jay leads at 15-0. Fouled off straight back. Lost a lot of balls here today at John Jay. You would think they'd do something a little bit more innovative with that backstop. Maybe put something over the top, connect from one pole to the other just behind home plate. Ball goes behind number 25 there. Looked like an off-speed pitch that got away from Vinny. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out, nobody on in the top of the fourth. And that's a pop fly down the right field line. What an effort there by, I believe that's Shane Henneman. Great effort. Yep, number 16, Shane Henneman. Really good effort there. Not able to come up with it, though. Still 3 balls and 2 strikes on number 25 from Beacon. He's the cleanup hitter. This is Vinny's 2nd time through the Beacon order. And there's a drive deep to right field. Shane Henneman not able to come up with that one, and it bounces over the wall for a ground rule double. Nice hit by the Beacon catcher. And that brings up number 9. Nope, sorry, number 6. Number 9's on deck. My apologies. And it looks like we have a pinch hitter here. So maybe this is not number 6. I should have paid attention when he was on deck here. Sorry about that. Trying to grab his number, but Ryan Rivera's in my way. Joey, the Beacon players are calling out. Come on, Joey. So with a runner on second and 1 out. No, this is number 6. This is still number 6, so not too sure. Maybe we had a pinch runner. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe there was a pinch runner in at second base. Vinny Fusco pumps the strike zone. No balls and 1 strike on Beacon's number 6. He grounded into a fielder's choice in the second inning. So it doesn't look like that's Ryan Rivera back behind the plate. I'll have to get an update on who's behind the plate here for John Jay. But we've got no balls and 2 strikes. Looked like a little miscommunication between the pitcher and the catcher. Vinny comes to the set, fires it high and outside. One ball and 2 strikes here on number 6 from Beacon. And that's a pop fly into shallow right field. Shane Henneman comes down with it. Runner tags, throw it to the plate, and he gets in safely. So Beacon gets on the board with a sacrifice fly from number 6. And that makes it 15-1, John Jay. Number 9 steps to the plate here for Beacon. Takes high and inside, ball 1. And there's a line drive to center field. What a catch. What a catch. What a catch by John Jay center fielder Lenny Van. Holy cow. Line drive hit by number 9 from Beacon. But it's caught by Lenny Van. What a tough play to make as he's coming straight forward to dive for that ball. Really great effort, and that's the end of the top of the 4th. John Jay leads it 15-1. All right, so we went silent there, but I didn't hear any music from the John Jay bench. I was thinking about turning the microphone on, but hesitant to do it because once YouTube flags a song, then they flag our video, and we've got copyright issues, and I've got a lot of work ahead of me Monday morning in the YouTube studio trying to rectify it and trying to mute out the music here. Who's up here? Do you know? Vega? So Jeremiah Vega is hitting here for John Jay, and Jeremiah rips it into left field for a base hit. So Jeremiah Vega leads off. The bottom of the fourth here. How about number 12? Who's this? Charlie Sweeney. All right, so Charlie Sweeney set to bat for John Jay. Charlie Sweeney, number 12. Charlie's a junior here at John Jay. Charlie takes high for ball one. High again, ball two. 2 balls and no strikes to John Jay Jr., Charlie Sweeney. Charlie takes high again. 3 balls and no strikes. Coach Frank gave him some sort of a sign. Don't know if it's a take sign. 3-0 with a 15-1 lead. Runner on first base. And high and inside, ball 4. So Charlie Sweeney walks. Help me out here. Who's Sammy Rowland up? Okay, Sammy Rowland. So Sammy Rowland is a senior here at John Jay, and he's up with runners on first and second. Nobody out. Called strike. No balls and 1 strike. If you're just joining us, we're in the bottom of the fourth. John Jay's up 15-1. Sammy Rowland at the plate with runners on first and second. Nice off-speed pitch by the Beacon pitcher. Sammy out in front of it a little bit. No balls and 2 strikes. Timeout called. We've got Jeremiah Vega at second, Charlie Sweeney at first, Sammy Rowland at the plate. Nice off-speed pitch. Sammy, let's see what happens here. So let's see. So it was a ground ball to the shortstop. It looks like they tried to tag out the runner advancing to third, but they did not get him. They did not make the tag. So runner out at second base. Sammy Rowland reaches on a fielder's choice. Thank you. So Austin Tompkins is up here now for John Jay. Getting help from the Josephs and the Costellos with our lineup changes. Austin Tompkins is a junior here at John Jay. Takes a ball outside. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Bottom of the 4th, 15-1 John Jay. Runners at the corners for Austin Tompkins. Austin takes a ball outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Austin takes high. 3 balls and no strikes. And ball 4. So Austin Tompkins is on for a walk, and that loads the bases. $14. You know who 14 is? Dylan Bosch up. Dylan Bosch, okay. I should have known that. I have Dylan in class. Dylan Bosch? Yep. Dylan comes to the plate swinging with the bases loaded. Good aggressive swing. No balls and 1 strike. We've got the bases loaded. 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Dylan Bosch takes an off-speed pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ball's high and away, and the runners advance. Jeremiah Vega comes home, I believe. And John Jay takes a 16-1 lead. So 2 balls and 1 strike here on John Jay Sr. Dylan Bosch. Two balls and 2 strikes. Dylan hits a high pop fly. Looks like it falls in foul territory, just beyond the outstretched arm of the first baseman. Looks like he misjudged that just a little bit. Tough play as he's worried about the fence and running into the fence, and his parents over there on the side of the fence. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Dylan Bosch. And Dylan pops it straight back. This one's going to be out of play here. It's right behind us. Oop, maybe it's not out of play, but it does fall in foul territory. Thought it was going to come back behind this backstop and land here, but it did not. It landed on the other side of the backstop. But again, a very difficult play for the Beacon catcher to make. So Dylan Bosch hanging tough here. 2 balls and 2 strikes, 1 out. Runners on second and third. John Jay staked to a 16-1 lead. Dylan fouls it straight back, hanging tough. High and outside, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Not too sure what happened there. It looked like the Beacon pitcher got hurt on that pitch. He's shaking his left arm. Hope he's okay. Guy Byron, the John Jay trainer, comes over to take a look. They're in the Beacon dugout, so we can't exactly see what's going on. Looks like, well, we can see what's going on. So number 42 apparently just telling his parents or fans to his right that he hurt his arm. Looks like Guy Byron's getting him some ice. Hope he'll be okay. And we're going to go silent here during this pitching change, just in case John Jay plays some music. We don't want to be hit with copyright violations. So we'll be back on the audio in just a few minutes. 16-1, John Jay. Bottom of the fourth, 3 balls and 2 strikes with 1 out to Dylan Bosch. All right, so we're back in action here. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Dylan Bosch. And Dylan takes ball 4. Up to the plate steps number 8. Help me out, number 9. Jack Delapia. Zach Delapia. Zach Delapia. Zach is a junior for John Jay. So Zach Delapia gets an at-bat here for the Patriots. Ball's low and outside. Nice play by the Beacon catcher to keep the runners from advancing. Another nice play, backhand pick. 2 balls and no strikes to Zach Delapia. Two balls and 1 strike. Fouled off down the third base line. Coach Frank grabs it. 2 balls and 2 strikes, 1 out. The base is loaded here for Zach Delapia. Ball taken high, 3 balls and 2 strikes. High foul ball, out of play, down near the John Jay bullpen. You're not leaving me, man. Thanks for the help. I'm just kidding. You could leave. I'm totally joking with you. By process of elimination, we'll figure it out. Yep. Have a great day, man. Take care. Rob Joseph helping me out here behind home plate with the batters. Ooh. And Zach Delapia hit by the pitch. Help me out, Danny. Who? Nick Vignola. All right, so John Jay Jr., Nick Vignola at the plate here. Ball gets away from the Beacon catcher. Runners do not advance. 1 ball, no strikes to Nick Vignola. Two balls and no strikes. Beacon catcher working hard, doing a great job. Oh, you are awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, so a very nice young lady just gave me a roster. That is very helpful. So we've got Nick Vignola here. Takes a called strike. 3 balls and 1 strike. And ball 4. So Nick Vignola walks. And stepping to the plate is number 6, Stephen Volk. Thanks again to the John Jay parent. Not too sure who that was who gave me the roster. So John Jay Jr., Stephen Volk. Bats right, throws right, and is an infielder. Hits the ball high and deep down the left field line. What an effort by the left fielder, but he does not come up with it. And it looks like Nick is going to cruise into second base with a double, a deep hit down the left field line. Great effort by the Beacon left fielder, not able to come up with it. And Stephen Volk gets a double out of it. Up next, it looks like we've got Harrison Tarsia up at the plate. Harrison takes a ball low. Harrison's a senior. He bats left and throws left. He's a pitcher, and he's going to RIT in the fall. Thanks, Danny, for the help. Appreciate it. So if you're just joining us, John Jay's got a 20-1 lead here against Beacon. Harrison Tarsia John Jay Sr. is at the plate. 2 balls and 1 strike with 1 out. Runners on second and third. Harrison takes ball 3. Called strike on the inside part. 3 balls and 2 strikes to John Jay Sr. Harrison Tarsia. And low ball 4. That's going to load the bases for the Patriots. And can't quite see who this player is up at bat. Can't quite grab his number. Can't quite see it. Not quite turning around enough for us. You have the same view that I've got. Number 8. Nice play by the Beacon pitcher. So that was number 8, Jeremiah Vega. Jeremiah grounds into a fielder's choice. Nice play by the pitcher. 2 outs. And it looks like we've got John Jay Jr., Charlie Sweeney up. Charlie bats right and throws right. He's an infielder. And Charlie takes a strike. No balls and 1 strike. The bases are loaded. 2 outs. Bottom of the 4th. 20-1 John Jay. Charlie a little out in front of that pitch. No balls and 2 strikes. Charlie takes high. Ball 1. High again. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, of course. 3 balls and 2 strikes to the John Jay Jr., Charlie Sweeney. And ball 4. So Charlie walks. That brings in a run. And that brings to the plate number 31, a junior, Jeff Lundstedt. Jeff bats left, throws left, and is a pitcher for the Patriots. He takes low and inside, ball 1. Bottom of the 4th here, John Jay leads it 21-1. 2 outs, the bases loaded for John Jay Jr., number 31, Jeff Lundstedt. Little meeting at the mound while they meet. We'll show you the scoreboard just in case you don't believe me. John Jay with a big first inning, 12 runs scored in the bottom of the 1st. And then obviously 9 more scored throughout the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th innings. We thank you for joining us on the John Jay Athletics YouTube channel. We hope you subscribe. The more subscribers we get, the easier it is for us to bring you all of these sporting events live streamed here at John Jay. We're close to 1,000 subscribers. Once we hit 1,000 subscribers, that makes my life a little bit easier. And Jeff Lundstedt rips it into center field. Nice play by the Beacon center fielder. And that puts a wrap on the bottom of the 4th. After 4 innings of play, John Jay 21, Beacon 1. All right, we're back on the audio, folks. Thanks again for being patient during the breaks here. We mute the audio so that we don't have any copyright violations here. So Vinny Fusco is back on the mound for John Jay. Number 8 for Beacon is up at the plate here. And Nick Vignola is behind the plate, replacing Ryan Rivera. There's some other substitutions as well. I know Austin Tompkins is in at first. Not positive of some of the other substitutions. Tried to catch some numbers on their way out to the field. Fouled straight back there by Beacon's number 2. No balls and 2 strikes. Vinny Fusco looking for a complete game. I believe there is a mercy rule after 5 innings, so this might be the last inning here. Vinny throws it behind number 8. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And that's a pop fly up in the center of the infield. And looks like number 8, Jeremiah Vega, playing second base, is able to catch that. 1 out. Nobody on. And number 2 steps to the plate for Beacon. He takes a strike. No balls and 1 strike. Vinny Fusco on the mound for the Patriots. Vinny throwing some high heat. No balls and 2 strikes to number 2 from Beacon. Low and outside. Nice play there by John Jay Jr. Catcher Nick Vignola. Foul ball straight back behind us to our left. One of many foul balls that have been hit today. And strike 3. Number 2 strikes out swinging. That is Vinny Fusco's 4th strikeout of the day. 3 by swinging, 1 by looking. And we have number 39. Up for Beacon. He takes a ball high and outside. 1 ball, no strikes. And he hits it hard to center field, but the center fielder comes over and makes the play. And that ends the top of the 5th, and it may end the entire game. Let's take a look-see here. Looks like both teams are coming out. So after 4.5 innings of play, John Jay leads it 21-1, and it looks like that's going to do it. So both teams waving at each other. Good game. We'll zoom in to the scoreboard here. Hopefully they won't turn it off. And your final. John Jay 21, Beacon 1. Thanks again, folks, for joining us on the John Jay Athletics YouTube channel. We hope you subscribe. We hope you join us again. I don't know the next time we'll be going live, but if you subscribe, you'll get notifications every time we go live. And I personally will be back on the live streaming equipment and the camera and the microphone on Wednesday night at 6 o'clock for the girls lacrosse senior night. Hope you'll join us. Got a really good girls lacrosse team this year. But that's going to do it from the John Jay baseball field. Again, your final score, John Jay 21, Beacon 1. Have a great afternoon and evening, everybody.